The dim light in the chamber created a gentle aura around Ariya and Elara. Each artifact and scroll, with its intricate design and encrypted symbols, glinted subtly, creating a mosaic of history and mystery. There was a tangible thickness in the air, a mix of revelation and uncertainty. Elara's gaze was locked onto Ariya's, seeking validation, understanding, and perhaps even a fragment of reassurance. Why me? Out of all the beings in the universe, why am I central to this cataclysm? Her voice quivered, not out of fear, but from the weight of a destiny she hadn't chosen. Ariya, with her millennia of knowledge and wisdom, had an ageless look in her eyes, one that had seen countless sunrises and sunsets, and had witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. She took a deep breath before speaking, her words measured and deliberate. Elara, your existence is a convergence of countless cosmic events, a unique combination of genetics, history, and perhaps even fate. Moving closer to a particular crystalline structure, Ariya gestured for Elara to observe. Inside, a delicate dance of light replayed fragments of Earth's history. There were moments of profound joy, profound pain, ambitious dreams, and devastating failures. Amidst these memories, Elara saw fleeting images of her ancestors, each one playing a part in shaping the destiny that had now been thrust upon her. Elara blinked away her astonishment, trying to digest the rapid influx of information. So, are you saying that my lineage, my very DNA, is the key? Ariya nodded slowly. Yes, but not just that. Your experiences, your choices, your very spirit is what makes you unique. Throughout history, there have been individuals whose existence has the power to change the course of destiny. You, Elara, are one such individual in this era. A cold shiver ran down Elara's spine. It was one thing to command a spaceship, face the unknowns of the universe, and make crucial decisions that affected her crew. But to be told that the fate of the entire galaxy hinged on her actions was an entirely different magnitude of responsibility. Ariya, sensing Elara's internal struggle, placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. I know this is overwhelming, and you have every right to question and doubt. But remember, destiny hasn't chosen you arbitrarily. There's a strength within you, a resilience and a purpose that even you might not fully understand yet. Elara took a deep breath, the weight of the revelation pressing down on her. This end of days you speak of, what is it? What exactly am I supposed to prevent? Ariya's eyes clouded with a mix of sorrow and concern. It's a cascade of events, a domino effect of sorts, that begins with a single, seemingly inconsequential act. This act sets into motion a series of repercussions that threaten the very fabric of our universe. Elara clenched her fists. Then show me. I need to see it for myself. I need to understand. Ariya hesitated for a brief moment, considering the implications, before finally nodding in agreement. Very well, but brace yourself, Elara. Some truths are harder to face than the fiercest of cosmic storms. With a gesture, Ariya beckoned Elara towards a central device, a complex amalgamation of technology and art. Its core pulsated with an ethereal light, inviting yet ominous. Through this, you will witness the cataclysm, the true scale of the devastation. Prepare yourself, Ariya cautioned. Elara nodded, steeling herself. She was ready to face the storm, to embrace her destiny, no matter how daunting it might be. Let me see, she whispered, and with that, the world around her began to shift, drawing her into the echoes of time. The world shifted around Elara, as if she had been plunged into a whirlpool of light and sound. A kaleidoscope of colors spiraled around her, revealing fragmented scenes of distant stars, vibrant galaxies, and swirling nebulas. Her senses were overwhelmed, the very fabric of reality seeming to warp and bend. Gradually, the barrage of sensations subsided, giving way to a more focused, albeit terrifying scene. Elara found herself suspended above a panoramic view of the cosmos. It was awe-inspiring and beautiful, a symphony of celestial bodies moving in perfect harmony. However, as she looked closer, she began to notice anomalies. A star, far more massive than any she had ever seen, began to destabilize. Its radiant glow flickered erratically, sending out intense flares that consumed nearby planets. What followed was a chain reaction of cataclysmic proportions. Stars imploded, black holes expanded ravenously, and entire galaxies were drawn into their gravitational pull. The sense of scale was disorienting. Elara watched, horrified, as countless worlds were obliterated, their histories and civilizations wiped out in mere moments. The dark expanse of space was filled with an eerie silence, punctuated only by the dying screams of collapsing stars. Amidst this chaos, a point of brilliance caught her eye. It was a singular beacon, pulsating with an energy that defied the surrounding darkness. Drawn to it, Elara moved closer, trying to comprehend its significance. As she approached, the beacon transformed into an image of herself, standing defiantly against the destructive forces around her. Before she could process this revelation, the scene shifted once more. Now she found herself on Earth. The skies were ablaze, not with the natural glow of sunset, but with the fiery trails of meteorites. The ground quaked, oceans roared, and the very air seemed to crackle with energy. Amidst the devastation, she saw figures, humans, her ancestors. They moved with purpose, rallying around ancient devices, forming protective barriers, and harnessing energies that seemed both archaic and futuristic. The resilience of her species was palpable, even in the face of impending doom. One particular scene tugged at her heartstrings. A family, huddled together, their hands joined in a circle. They whispered words of comfort, their love for each other evident even in the face of annihilation. It was a poignant reminder of the stakes at hand, of the lives and histories that hung in the balance. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, the vision receded. The colors and sounds began to fade, and Elara felt herself being gently pulled back to the chamber, to the present. She blinked, disoriented, trying to process the torrent of emotions that threatened to overwhelm her. Tears streamed down her face, not just from the horror of what she had witnessed, but from the weight of her newfound purpose. Ariya, ever the pillar of strength, stepped forward, her hand reaching out to steady Elara. "I know it's a lot to take in," she said softly, "but now you understand the magnitude of our challenge. That beacon of hope, that point of light amidst the darkness, is you." Elara, still reeling from the vision, nodded slowly. "But how? How can one person, even with this legacy, hope to change the course of such devastation?" Ariya smiled, a mix of sadness and determination in her eyes. "History has shown us that the actions of a single individual can ripple across the cosmos. You, Elara, carry the hopes of countless souls. It won't be easy, and the path is riddled with uncertainty. But with the knowledge of the past and the potential of the future, we might just stand a chance." With those words, Ariya gestured towards a pedestal on which lay an ancient artifact, its surface etched with symbols that seemed to resonate with Elara's very being. The next step in their journey was about to begin. Soren's perspective. Within the confines of a dimension untouched by the rigors of time and space, Soren stood, surrounded by an array of luminescent portals. Each one provided a window to pivotal moments in history. From this vantage, he could observe, intervene, and course-correct as required. He had always been an observer, chosen by a faction of celestial beings responsible for maintaining the balance of the universe. They existed in the margins of known realities, seldom interfering, except when the fabric of existence was under threat. Soren's own selection had been a matter of both fate and design. Among his people, he was an anomaly, a being with an innate ability to see the intricate weave of time, the connections and interplays that spanned eons. This ability, combined with a deep sense of empathy, made him the ideal guardian for a soul as critical as Elara's. He remembered the moment he first learned of her significance. The elders of his faction had convened, their expressions a blend of concern and determination. Through whispered conversations and holographic displays, Soren was introduced to a series of events that would lead to the galaxy's undoing. Somewhere, in the vast expanse of space and time, a mistake had been made. A seemingly minor misstep that set off a chain of events culminating in the cataclysm Elara had just witnessed. His task was clear: protect, guide, and ensure Elara realized her potential without directly altering the timeline. A monumental challenge, given that every intervention ran the risk of creating further anomalies. As Soren moved closer to one of the portals, memories of his interactions with Elara flooded back. There were times when he'd whispered words of encouragement into the wind, shaping her dreams, or subtly influenced those around her to ensure she remained on her destined path. He had been a silent guardian, her shadow across time. He paused at a particular portal, its glow more intense than the others. Here he had the tools to intervene directly, to time travel as it were. Stepping into the device, a rush of sensations enveloped him, and he was momentarily transported to specific epochs, moments where he could gently nudge events. Emerging from his recollections, Soren's gaze settled on the real-time events unfolding between Elara and Ariya. He watched as Elara grappled with her newfound knowledge, the weight of her destiny pressing heavily on her shoulders. Ariya, with her ageless wisdom, offered solace and guidance, ensuring that Elara wasn't overwhelmed. While he couldn't directly communicate with Elara in this realm, he felt a deep connection, almost as if he could whisper in her ear or offer a comforting presence. It was this bond, forged across time, that would be their greatest asset in the trials ahead. Suddenly, a chime echoed through the chamber, drawing Soren's attention to another portal. The visuals displayed an ancient human city, teeming with life and activity. Amidst the crowd, a figure stood out, an ancestor of Elara, holding an artifact similar to the one Ariya had just shown. Realization dawned on Soren. The key to solving the impending crisis lay not just in Elara's present, but also in the legacy of her past. The choices made by her ancestors, the experiences they'd undergone, all played a part in shaping the outcome. It was a puzzle, one that spanned generations, and Soren was determined to help Elara piece it together. With renewed purpose, he began to manipulate the device, preparing to bridge the gap between their realities. The next phase of their journey was about to commence, and he would be with Elara every step of the way, a guiding voice echoing across time. The path forward. The dim lighting in the chamber cast an ethereal glow over Ariya as she approached Elara with an intricately carved artifact. Its design was reminiscent of Earth's ancient civilizations, yet it pulsed with a luminescence that hinted at an otherworldly origin. "Elara," Ariya began, her voice soft, "this artifact holds the echoes of your ancestors. Within it lie the memories, choices, and experiences that have been passed down through generations, leading to you." Elara took a moment to absorb the weight of Ariya's words. "You're saying that this relic contains memories of my lineage?" Ariya nodded. "Not just any memories, crucial decisions, moments of courage and despair, and most importantly, insights that could guide us to undo the approaching cataclysm." Gently taking the artifact from Ariya, Elara could feel it resonate, a warmth spreading through her hand. The connection was undeniable. This was a part of her history. Seeing the recognition in Elara's eyes, Ariya continued, "You have a unique genetic signature, a fragment of DNA preserved and passed down through countless generations. This artifact responds to that signature. Through it, you can revisit the experiences of your ancestors, understand their decisions, and perhaps find a way to alter our grim fate." Elara looked at the artifact with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "How do I—" "Close your eyes," Ariya guided, placing her hand over Elara's. "Let your mind drift. Focus on the warmth, the connection. Let it guide you." Following Ariya's instructions, Elara felt herself being drawn into the artifact. The chamber, Ariya, and the weight of her responsibilities faded, replaced by a maelstrom of memories and emotions. Visions of ancient Earth flashed before her eyes, bustling marketplaces, grand palaces, moments of love and sacrifice. As the whirlwind of memories continued, a voice echoed in her mind, comforting and familiar. "Elara," it whispered. It was Soren, his presence a calming anchor amidst the chaos. "Soren?" she responded, her mind reaching out to his. "I'm here with you," his voice responded. "A spectral guide, if you will. Together, we'll navigate these memories and find the answers you seek." With Soren's guidance, Elara was able to focus on specific memories, delving deeper into the decisions her ancestors had made. They witnessed a crucial moment where one of her forebearers chose peace over war, another where an ancestor made a pivotal scientific discovery, and yet another where love changed the course of a family's destiny. However, as the memories progressed, they came upon a darker period. Here, an ancestor, one bearing a striking resemblance to Elara, wielded immense power and knowledge. The decisions made during this era seemed to be the catalyst for the events leading to the impending galactic catastrophe. The intensity of these memories weighed heavily on Elara, but Soren's voice was ever present, offering support and insights. Together, they began to piece together a narrative, a sequence of events that could potentially be altered to avert disaster. As they emerged from the depths of the artifact's memories, Elara found herself back in the chamber with Ariya. The weight of her lineage's history pressed down on her, but alongside it was a newfound clarity. Ariya, sensing the shift in Elara's demeanor, asked, "Did you find what you were looking for?" Elara, holding the artifact close, responded, "I believe so. But it's not just about what's happened. It's about what needs to be done." The two women shared a moment of understanding, both aware of the monumental task ahead. The key to saving the galaxy lay intertwined with Elara's past and the choices she would make in the present. With determination burning in her eyes, Elara declared, "We have work to do." And with that, the next chapter of their journey began.